to know, are you afraid of the dark? How about heights? Are you afraid of heights? Closed, tight spaces like coffins? Or are you afraid of big empty spaces like big empty houses? Big empty haunted houses. Well, here's a little advice for you. Don't climb to the top of Pike's Peak. Stay away from funeral parlor showrooms and, oh yes, don't go into the big house that's for sale on Hickory Hill. Your folks bought a new house and you're moving. Say goodbye to all your friends. Say goodbye to those great concrete hills and alleys to rollerblade on. No more Saturday nights at the mall with your friends. You're moving out to the country, to a new town. Say goodbye. Here we are. It's a nice looking little town. Friendly people, green grass, birds, fresh air. This is it. Your new hometown. Oh, and there's your new home. The big house on Hickory Hill.
Well, here we are, kids, our new home.
Wow, it's humongous. Hello! Do I have my own room, Daddy?
Yes, of course you do, sweetheart.
I like living in the city better. I miss my friends. There's no place to skate here, there's no mall, there's no good pizza, and there's no place to...
Okay, we get the picture. You wish we didn't move, but I promise you'll get used to it. You'll make new friends, and you'll find new things to do. You'll wind up loving this house like we do. Come on, let's start unpacking.
What was that?
I don't know, it sounds like something broke in the next room. I'll take a look.
It's probably something that the moving men put on a shelf. Or something that fell. Come on, kids, let's see your rooms. They're upstairs. Did you say something, Oscar?
I said go, leave me alone.
Oscar, is that you?
What did you say?
What did you say? I thought I heard you say, go home.
Go home? We are home.
Never mind. Come on, kids, let's go upstairs.
Well, it's time to make new friends in a new town. Have fun at school.
Hey, you! Yeah, you new kids. Come here.
Hi, I'm Bobby, and this is my sister Mary.
You just moved into the house on Hickory Hill, didn't you?
Yes, we did. What's your name?
Fred.
Hi, Freddie.
Fred. The name's Fred, not Freddy. Got it? It's Fred. Call me Freddy and you got problems. Got it? Have you seen him yet?
What are you talking about?
You mean you don't know? Nobody told you? The ghost.
There's no such thing as ghosts.
Boom! That's what everybody says. The joint's haunted.
Let's go, Mary. We don't want to be late.
Well, kids, how was your first day at school?
Some kid was laughing at us all day. He kept saying that our house is haunted.
Then all the other kids were whispering behind our backs and making faces and saying weird things.
What kind of weird things?
Stuff like, I wonder when they're gonna go home, and I wanna be alone. I don't know, stuff like that. They weren't very nice.
I want to be alone. These kids must be watching some old Marlene Dietrich movies. I want to be alone, darling.
I don't think it's so funny, Oscar. These kids are teasing our children. I'm going to talk to the principal tomorrow and put a stop to it.
Don't do that, Mom. It'll just make things worse. Then they'll never stop making fun of us. Please? We can take care of it. I'm not scared of those kids. I'm not scared of anything.
Oh no? We'll see about that.
Oscar, I thought I heard something again today when you were at work.
What do you mean you heard something?
Well, remember when we first moved in last week and I thought I heard you say, go home?
Yeah?
Well, I heard it again today, only it seemed to come from the basement. I thought it might have been the gas man, or maybe it was coming from outside, but I'm sure I heard it. Maybe it was my imagination, but it sounded so real.
Wait a minute, did you say you thought you heard the voice say, go home?
Yes.
Bobby, what'd you say that boy kept saying?
Go home, and I want to be alone. Something like that.
That's it. That kid must be playing a trick on us, but why?
Do you think? I don't know. It really sounded like a much older voice. Although it was sort of a whisper.
Don't worry about it. I'll get to the bottom of this mystery voice. It's probably that kid or one of his friends trying to scare Bobby and Mary. I'll take care of it. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we put a little scare into those kids?
What do you mean?
Well, Halloween is next week, right? Well, let's have a Halloween party for Bobby and Mary for their new friends.
I get it. We'll show them a real haunted house. Right?
Oscar, that's sort of a childish prank, isn't it? But I think I like it.
Hiya, Fred. Come on in.
Hey, Bobby, thanks for inviting me. I thought you'd be sorry me after the way I teased you and your sister the other day. Yeah, you're okay.
No problem. Welcome to the haunted house on Hickory Hill.
Hey, Bobby, what kind of haunted stuff is Dad gonna do?
I don't know. He wouldn't tell me because he didn't want me to tip off the others that he was doing all the spooky stuff. But it's gonna be cool.
Dad and Mom are quite the kidders, aren't they? They're in the kitchen, getting the spooky surprises ready. A rented smoke machine, some scary sound effects records, and some sheets with balloons under them tied to strings to float across the room. Ooh, I'm scared.
Let's wait about half an hour or so before we start the spooky stuff.
Okay, I'll just relax a little and put my feet up. Let me know when you think they're ready.
Hey, Mary, he's starting. Look, everybody. There's some kind of slime dripping from the ceiling. It's the ghost.
Go. Leave me alone.
Wow, good job, Dad. That's scary stuff.
Yeah, how's he doing it?
I don't know, but it's great.
Go home. Leave this house. Leave this house. Go home.
See, I told you the joint was haunted. I'm getting out of here.
Smoke starts to fill the room, but it's different. It smells musty, and it's cold. Bone-chilling cold.
Hey, all the doors are locked. What's going on?
I guess the ghost doesn't want you to go home, Freddy.
Look, Bobby, the dining room table is floating in midair. How's Dad doing that?
I don't know, but it's a great effect. It looks real. We better look scared too. Scream.
What's that? Blocking the front door.
They're my rollerblades, but the wheels are gone, and they're razor-sharp metal blades replacing them? How the heck did he do that?
My. Our spirit friend is getting really clever. Old Edgar Allan would be proud.
Wow. I'm even getting a little scared. This is wild.
You have been warned. Leave this house. Leave me alone. You have been warned.
I think he means it. He even convinced me. Let's see how Mom and Dad are doing.
Oscar, I think it's time to start the festivities.
Yeah, let's haunt the house on Hickory Hill, shall we?
Mom, Dad, great job. That last go home really did it. They shot out of the door like a lion was chasing them. And those effects, especially the swinging rollerblade pendulum bit. Oh, that was great. I hope you didn't really ruin my blades, but it was great.
Yeah, and the slime, that was a great touch. What was that, Mom? Corn syrup and food color? And that smell. Phew! What was that smell?
Yeah, Dad, that was great. You should go to work for the movies or something. Everything looks so real. You almost had us convinced.
Slow down, slow down. What are you kids talking about? We haven't done anything yet.
What slime? Mary, what's that all over you? Bobby, what are you talking about?
Cut it out, guys. You know, the bits. The spooky stuff. It was great. You scared the pants off those guys.
But we didn't do anything, really.
Go home.
Ghosts, spirits, goblins. They're all pretend, aren't they? And haunted houses. Well, they're only haunted on Halloween when you dress up in costumes, play scary music, and tell ghost stories. But hey, if you really want to scare some of your friends, you might try throwing your next party in this big empty house on Hickory Hill. The one that's been for sale since last Halloween. I am the voice. And I want to know, are you afraid of the dark? Well then, don't watch the next movie you rent with all the lights out. It just might be the wrong one for you. How many times have you gone to rent a video? And all the new movies were out, so you looked through the old titles because you really wanted to see a flick that night. But you've seen all the good old movies 3 or 4 times already. So now you look through all the really obscure videos and try to figure what the movie is about just by the title alone. You finally pick one and hope that it lives up to the title and the picture on the box, but it usually doesn't. You rent it anyway. I mean, how bad could it really be? A young boy named Billy found out one night when he rented a movie that was the wrong rating for him. It was rated G.
Hey, Mom, here's one I haven't seen.
I thought you'd seen all these movies at least 3 times each already. What could you have found that you haven't seen yet?
This one, look here, it's all by itself in the corner of the store. It's called Should You Be Afraid of This Movie? What a weird title. It It looks like a comedy or a funny ghost story or something like that.
As Billy reached for the video, he felt a cold wind, which seemed to come from the wrap the video was on. It touched his hand, and the chill ran through his body. He passed it off as a draft and paid no mind to it, reaching again for the video. He picked it up and took it to the front of the store. The clerk was a new guy Billy had never seen before.
Hey, you're new here, aren't you?
Yes, I just bought the store.
How's this movie? What's it about? And how come it was in that corner all by itself, with no other movies around it?
It's a ghost story, I'm told. No one has ever read it before and probably never will again. Curious title, is it not? Should you be afraid of this movie? I wonder. Should you be? Tell you what, it's yours free. Keep it. You own it.
The clerk looked coldly at Billy with an evil grin on his face as Billy's mom came up to the counter.
What's going on?
It's 9 o'clock. We close at 9.
It's okay, Mom. I got this movie and the guy said I could keep it.
Yes, and don't bring it back. It is yours. Good night.
Billy and his mom walked to her car.
Who's in it? What's it rated? And how come the guy doesn't want it back?
Nobody famous. The guy said it's a ghost story and it's rated G.
Billy, your dad and I will be back very late. Don't have anyone in the house while we're gone, and don't stay up too late. There's some leftover chicken in the fridge, and clean up after you. Billy, did you hear me?
Yes, Mom.
Don't forget, do your homework before you watch any TV. Behave yourself, and don't let that ghost movie scare you.
Billy's parents leave, and Billy waits until he hears the car drive away. Did you ever wonder how close to the television screen does reality end and fantasy begin? Billy was about to find out.
Homework. Right. Video is my life. Yeah, I could watch this stuff all day. Who needs this school stuff anyway? Yeah, I know. Federal laws forbid copying. I know.
As the movie began, a scary face, a ghost, appeared on the screen and looked straight at the camera as if staring directly at Billy.
Should you leave the lights on?
Ooh, I'm scared.
Should you lock the doors?
How about the windows? This looks pretty bogus so far.
As Billy sarcastically answered the question from the scary face, he thought he noticed the face reacting to his answers, but that's silly. It's only a movie, right?
Should you be afraid of the dark?
Come on, get on with it.
Should you be afraid of this movie?
Who, me?
Billy's heart nearly stopped with fear at what happened next. The face looked straight at him and said,
Yes, you, Billy.
What the?
All at once, all the doors in the house slammed shut, and all the lights went out, and there was a scream that came from the TV.
So, what's going on? Who are you? How?
Well, Billy, should you be afraid of this movie? Don't worry about locking the doors. They're already locked. And the lights are out for Oh, good.
The only light in the room came from the TV. Billy was frozen, looking at the set, trying not to scream and wanting to believe that this was all a dream. As he stood motionless, the face on the screen seemed to move out from behind the glass into the room. It was real. The ghost in the movie was in the room with him.
Now, don't you wish you were doing your homework like a good little boy?
Who are you? What do you want with me?
I want power. The more homes I get into, the more power I get. But no one ever rents this movie.
But what does that have to do with me?
You rent movies all the time. Hundreds of movies every time you rent one and take it back. Someone else rents it, and then someone else. I am going to haunt you. And a part of me will go into every videotape you touch, and into the homes of hundreds and then thousands of people. Then I will be all powerful.
Billy glanced down and saw the remote control. Maybe, just maybe, if he could reach it before the ghost knew what he was going to do, he could end this nightmare. But the ghost noticed Billy's eyes and levitated the remote before he could make his move. Now, what was he going to do? The entity moved closer to Billy, who stood motionless, unable to move his legs, which seemed glued to the floor. He could feel the damp, cold air around his feet. A musty stench filled the air. The ghost pointed the remote at Billy and pushed the record button. The ghost's hand was so close to Billy's face, he could see a small patch of a blue powdery substance left by the ghost's finger on the remote. As the ghost pushed the button, Billy felt a strong pain behind his eyes. The ghost laughed as a bright electrical light filled the room and the smell of ectoplasm filled the air.
You are mine now, Mr. Billy. You and the whole world will kneel at my power.
There was a great explosion and then darkness for Billy.
Billy! Billy, wake up! Wake up and go to bed. Look at this place. It looks as if there was a wild party here. What went on here?
Well, what happened?
You tell me, young man. I'm waiting.
This movie, there was, a real ghost, and he haunted me, and he wants to haunt all the families, and he wants me to rent a lot of movies, and...
All right, Billy, that's enough. Your movie renting days are over. You return that movie tomorrow. Now, there'll be no more movies. Do you understand? No more movies.
Billy's mom told him to clean up the mess before he went up to bed. He began to take care of it and thought to himself, it must have been a dream.
Wow, I must have been out of it. Yeah, I probably fell asleep, and... and right, there was a minor earth tremor that caused all this mess. I don't know. There's got to be some logical explanation.
That's when he saw it. As he picked up the remote, he noticed a small patch of blue powder on the record button.
No!
Be careful what you watch on the tube. And be careful what movies you rent. Check those ratings. A G rating might not mean general audience. It could mean G for ghost.